Disclaimer, this video is made for an adult audience. What's the upside, my dear adult fans of Lego Solbrick in the house, and I'm standing here in my custom Lego town, Soltown. In today's video there's going to be some maintenance of the town layout because there's a lot of projects that I've been neglecting because they're too small to do a separate video about them. Like I need to find a place for this statue somewhere. It's not going to be on top of the hospital, but somewhere else. A big project is that, well, oh yeah, one of my LED lights, this is a switcher, it's broken. I paid 30 bucks for it, so that's kind of sad, so I need to get a new one. I really hope that people haven't been hoarding LED lights. But a big thing is that I am going to switch out this new plastic track for this older 9 volt so that I can run my old motor. I only have one of these old motors, but I do have a lot of trains from that era that didn't come with a motor. What I want to do is build a tender up here, so this is going to be the motor for this classic retro train, because I want to keep these in red, so this can be behind here and have some fake coal or something on it. And it's not as big as the new system where you have to fit a battery box and a receiver and whatnot, so this is more discreet. And also I do believe that this old system with the metal here, it looks better than the new one, more realistic. The problem of course is that half of the tracks are underneath my city here, so it's gonna be a bit tricky to remove everything so that I can get in there and place it. But I think a lot of these buildings are actually just put down like this, so that I can have easy access if a train would get stuck in here. So I thought about everything. And also I am working on another idea when I'm going to remake this whole area, so this is a good time to just remove all the buildings here, because basically this whole section here is going to be changed. And look, I have all these columns underneath, but they're not actually holding anything up because this is so sturdy as it is. It's pretty funny. Lego is pretty cool in that way. So let's see if I can do this. Oh yeah, now remember, I had a balcony on the side of this building. That's funny. I just built it into the extension of the mountain that I did over here a couple of months ago. So as you can see, there's not really much going on underneath here. I used the blue base plates because since it wasn't going to be visible, I didn't want to spend all my green ones on this part. And let's see, that's holding everything up. So this is a column that is maybe it should be like that actually. So pretty amazing. We're also going to finally fix this staircase here, the stone staircase that was destroyed when I was putting in the IKEA raised level over here, because I had to move the table that this is on. So it was a bit of an earthquake that it just fell apart basically. So finally going to fix that. What more on my list? Oh yeah, there's going to be some more tiling here. I want to use some different colors. And also I'm going to put in a little ice cream shop somewhere here. Probably here. Yeah, probably here. And now that I removed the car dealership, I can actually change out the kind of cars that I want to have on display in here. So that's pretty good, because I just had some placeholder cars in there. This is basically all the buildings that are easy to remove, and I think that's probably enough for me to get behind there and put in the new tracks. So wish me luck. Job's done. So that was kind of easy actually, and right now I'm working on a tender for the locomotive, and I'm using the instructions for set 3742 tender. It's basically the same tender as this one, but I think that one had blue details. I'm going with black details, but it was the first one I found on the interwebs, and you got it with this old locomotive. So look here at the size comparison. This is a bit larger, but I like the small one better. So this is a little bit heavier, and a problem with this one is that if you see my videos, I'm always like, it's always falling off and up and down and everything. It's super unsturdy. It's not stable at all. So to make this tender work, I think actually real trains works the same, because it's steel against steel, and you have these rubber parts here just to get more traction here, and steel against steel isn't a lot of traction, so you need weight here. So this is actually a piece that's kind of heavy. It's some sort of metal inside, so that's going to push that down. And it's the only one I have. Well, I have two more in an old police boat that I have, but I don't want to take them out of that one. So hopefully the rest of the bricks here will make this heavy enough so that it gets the traction it needs to push the locomotive, and hopefully a car or two. We'll see. Otherwise I'm just going to put some other random heavy stuff like I don't know, screws or something. Is this the correct way to store babies? Feels wrong. I went with some red pieces here on the side, and actually I had to put in a second of those weight pieces, because it was still, even though I have some sort of metal stuff behind there, it was still too light to be able to push it, but I got pretty good traction now. And here are some fake coal pieces, panels, that I'm going to put in here just to hide that. So let's see if I can make that work. So, and then 1x2. How are you? How are you today? Are you feeling good? I hope so. Now let's see if we can ride until the sun goes down. Look, it really works. I hope this doesn't get stuck in the tunnel, because I haven't actually checked this before, if it's possible to, because this is a little bit wider. Oh, here it is. It's a bit wider. This pointy thing there is really pointy. I think I need to I'm going to remove that part, because it's hitting we have the flower girl over here, and she can't really stand like she used to stand. So yeah, I'm going to fix that. Yeah, I just put 1x2s in there. This is so typical me. I'm longing for a set. This is the first day I see the leak on the internet, and then I get it and I'm like, well, you know, I think I need to change some stuff. So this doesn't look as good as before, I guess. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter a lot, but it's more convenient. Look, you can back it. And I'm just switching this gear here, and stuff starts to go like so, and you don't need to switch batteries or anything. So that's a pretty good system. The bad thing is, of course, that you can't really have many trains going at the same time. Well, they will be going at the same speed, I guess. I don't really remember how that works. Sounds like it's hitting something inside there. I don't know. And this cord, well, I'm going to hide it. I'm going to attach this somewhere inside there instead, so you won't see a lot of this this cord. Maybe have it here or something. Pretty cool. If we move on to the staircase, big hole, big mess. I have a little tip here. You can use these pre-made staircases that Lego has and just put 1x4s on them. Unfortunately, I'm not going to use that technique. I'm going to use this instead because the back side or the underside is going to be visible here. So it's and it's also going to go right over Luke Skywalker. It's a little hot here. So I'm not going to show this on camera because it's going to take me forever to fix that. But I think if you have a hidden side, that's funny. But I wish I knew this technique before, because if you look at this staircase here, I've used a lot of bricks just to hold this up. And I could have used this and just a brick here or something. So, and the same goes for this staircase as well. Little tip for you guys. Hope you appreciate my efforts. Am I going to paint something? Have you noticed that Solbrick is such a man? Yeah, a mansplainer. Well, that was a pain in the Heineken, but it's done now, and I managed to do it with less parts than before. This is a girl that's, she's going to, let's see. She's late for the airport, so she's in a bit of a rush. Let's see how that turned out. And I have some jumpers there, so I can place in figs if I would like so. And yeah, that's the public restroom in that corner. So rather smashing. And I've incorporated a little branch there with some nice colors. And what about the ice cream shop? Well, I do have this police station from the 80s, and it came, well, it didn't come with this little burger stand here. It's from a more recent fire department set. But if you notice, this is pretty much the same design as the new Mr. Chill ice cream truck. If you look at this part here in the front and that over there. So I'm just going to use the same design as Lego has over there, but for this ice cream shop. So let's get cracking. Alright, so the ice cream shop is finished. Actually, it's called Mr. Chill. I think I said Mr. Cool. Mr. Cool is a Swedish hip-hop song. Pang, boom, Mr. Cool. Do 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 do. Yeah, that's me rapping. Backside, not much going on there. And now we're gonna put this in this spot. Fly on the wings of love, like so. And then it's going to be down here, next to the museum and the candy shop. It's missing something. Ventilation. I'm getting a bit of a deja vu feeling here about ventilation. It's like I'm always putting that in. But I think it's a nice detail in all buildings. And of course we need to have that Mr. Chill ice cream with the sunglasses, because Mr. Chill is so cool and chill. Reminds me of me. How do you center this? Oh, sorry. Should it be over here or over here? Over here, yes. And the slope is going to hold that in place. Ba-doom. So, oh my goodness, simple design for a simple life. I am a simple man, a humble man, a great man. To be honest with you guys, I am a bit unsure of how to design this, but we're just going to try some stuff out and see how it goes. And I want to find some sort of a middle piece here that I can start from. I think that will be a pretty, no, actually, I think this will be better. Yeah. So, and then we're going with some these green tan pieces, and now I am going to put on some music and speed this build up for you, so you don't have to waste your whole life looking at a old man. I'm 39 years old, you know, tiling his Lego city. Now some tiling has been done, and I'm not going to tile these sections because I will probably put in a little stall or something, or kiosk or something here, and I have something here as well, so it's just going to be a pain removing those tiles. But I think this worked out pretty nice. Pretty sophisticated pattern where I can put some figs. So that's good, because they're always falling over if I don't have any jumpers to attach them to. This could be a good place to have the hot dog lady that's being attacked by dogs. But my son, he have stolen all my dogs, so I don't really know where they are right now. But I'm sure we can find more somehow. Turns out that dogs, even as ghosts, still love hot dogs. So you're not getting away, sister. Now I'm not sure if you can hear me because of the train, but all in all, there's been a lot of good progress in this video. The staircase is finally fixed, so I don't have to have anxiety about not dealing with it. And it was easier than I thought. And the train is running with that nice tender as a motor. And here's a hole. And in the next video we're going to work on this section. I'm going to take one of these buildings each and remake them and make them a bit better and more fun. So that's why I had to rip out that, because this building, because I want to have more space for these buildings that needs to have cars running out from them. And let's see if I can just... That's a good thing about that solution. It's easy to just shut it down, I mean. And I like the tiles here. What more did we do today? That was all. Was that all? Oh yeah, we changed all the tracks as well, which I've been wanting to do forever, but I thought it would be really difficult, but it turned out to be pretty easy. So let's see, can we get that train out here? Oh, it's backing. Come on, little train. There you are. So check that. Oh yeah, I did forget something. We were gonna put this in somewhere, and I just made a pretty simple stand, and I rearranged this a bit so it looks nice, like so. And of course we did the ice cream shop. I forgot to mention that, but you know that because you watched the video, I hope. So I am quite happy with this progress that we had today. And with that said, you know the drill as always. Stay out of the nonsense, stay awesome, and please subscribe.